Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Cosmos Atom. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we have this descending broadening wedge. We broke out of it and now we're coming back into the pattern. We broke below the yellow trend line and now we're back testing it as resistance once again. And potentially from here, we're printing this lower high and we're going to pull back down to $10.50, which was an amazing buying opportunity back at the start of this month. And we could end up here at the end of the month and potentially see a nice bounce from there to the upside. Or if we break down, then obviously, like we've been talking for the past couple of months, we would be targeting the golden ratio off of this large Fibonacci retracement. So if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracements, feel free to check out the video that's linked down below in the description. So you have this low here printed in March of 2020, and you have the swing high here printed in May of 2021. We had a nice bounce off the 0.5 all the way back in June. We came up, ran into the 786, came back down towards the golden ratio. Then once again, we ran into the 786, and now potentially we're going to be looking for another bounce off of $8.79. So anything at that area is going to be a great entry, or even below that area, I should say, that's going to be a great entry. Because if Bitcoin is not going to be losing $17,000 by anytime soon, then I don't think this low is going to be retested for Cosmos Atom. Now, if we were to see some sort of a flash crash, some sort of a major pullback, a black swan event, of course, we could see a very similar situation here, just like we saw back in March of 2020, where you dropped all the way down from $3.60 down to $1. So very similarly, we could do the same thing here and have a large wick, even going back down to $4. So if you have some money on the sidelines, you want to set up some buy limit orders, you know, it's not bad to have some buy limit orders down here just in case it happens. If you're not planning to invest that money, but you wouldn't mind buying at these cheap prices, you can set up some buy limit orders, $5.90, $3.95. But like I said, it's very unlikely that we're going to get back down there unless we see something drastic happen in the world. Now, long term, what are we looking for is we're going to be looking at this 1.414 and the 1.618. However, this fib is set up from this low to that swing high. What I want to do is set up, well, we have that on the Binance chart that we'll be looking at a bit later in the video. So what we do is we take that low and we take that high, and we have around $150 per token for the next bull market as a target, which I think is a fairly good target. It is possible to do that. It's not off the table, because Cosmos is a very undervalued project right now, and interoperability is going to be one of the main driving forces in the next bull market, in my opinion. So projects like Cosmos and Polkadot are going to be doing very well. If you're looking to exit a position for some reason, or you're looking for a swing trade by any chance, then obviously entering off of $10.55, that's a great entry with a potential bounce all the way back up to the resistance of the channel, the descending broadening wedge. So you can come back down here, have a nice bounce towards that area, and that's where you take profits. If that were to happen, you are looking at a potential 12.5% trade. Maybe you even target $12.48. But obviously, I'm not a financial advice. That's not a financial advice, and I am not a financial advice. So, you know, I'm just some dude talking on the internet. You have to do your own research. But as of what I'm doing with the tokens, I'm simply staking them on the Kepler wallet, and I'm not swing trading my Cosmos right now. So I'm earning some airdrops. If you don't know how to stake, there's going to be a link down below in the description as well. Now jumping into the daily RSI, as you can see, we have multiple support trend lines here. So we did have this yellow trend line that was broken below once in December, once in March. So what we can do is we can get rid of that one, and we can draw a new one, which is set from this low in December last year down to this low at the start of March, basically. So that is going to be a very nice area to eyeball because we've had 2 bounces already from that trend line. So this could be a major support level moving forward. Like I said, if we see a pullback, the RSI is probably going to do something crazy, something like this over here and over here. So we might see a drop like that and then a recovery. Just be ready for something like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Some people think that I'm certain that something bad is going to happen and the markets will crash. It is always possible that that's going to happen. So that is exactly why you need some cash on the sidelines, and you need to be ready for this to happen, because if it happens, you want to wake up and you want to go, okay, perfect, I'm buying this at this price. Because you don't want to wake up and go, oh, what? The market's dropped? I was not expecting that. Oh man, what do? I don't have any cash, right? You want to be prepared. You're an adult. You want to be prepared for situations like this. So yeah, the RSI currently, we could see a bounce off the pink trend line, off the green trend line. Those could be good points. But overall, Cosmos is doing very well. You know, if you consider the low was printed at $5.87, and right now we're sitting at a 95% move to the upside from the June low, Cosmos has been doing pretty well. But the only negative thing is that we're breaking back into the descending broadening wedge, and I think that if we don't hold this yellow support trend line, then we're probably going to be moving back down somewhere towards $9 to $8.80. Now let's switch over to the Binance weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart on Binance, as you can see, we have a descending support trend line that we've been holding ever since March of 2020. We've had bounces every single time. And this is something to keep an eye on, because if we end up losing this, that is going to be a major bearish signal. Okay, at that point, I would simply be targeting the white trend line. And if we lose even that, then, it's very likely that we're going to be coming back down and actually retesting this low. Because typically what happens is when you print this major low here, you retrace to the upside, and then at the end of the day, whatever you do, you come back down to where you started retracing from. So I would just pay attention to what's happening here. If you manage to lose the yellow trend line, that's going to be negative. Like I said, watch out for these wicks, because you might end up just creating a wick and then you're going to close the candle above the trend line and keep on moving forward. But every time we saw a bounce off this trend line, we saw a move to the upside, as you can see here, 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 and potentially we can do the same thing here. For now, the red resistance block above us is keeping us down. So we've had one bounce in September, one bounce in October, one bounce in February. So we really do need to break above this and solidify above that resistance block, because so far it has been keeping us down. We've had multiple touches already. The more you touch a level, the more likely it is that you break above it, right? But what could also be happening is that you have this resistance and you have this support, and you're basically going to be creating an ascending triangle, which is going to end up with you breaking to the upside, hopefully. But by the end of the year, I think Cosmos could be sitting very close to the all-time high prices. It is very possible, because as of where we're sitting right now, we're only a 4x away from that all-time high price. And moving over to the weekly RSI, we're coming back down toward the red support block. That's what I would be targeting for entries 43.8 down to 38.8 on the RSI. Those are going to be great entries. As you can see, every time we came back down into that area, we saw a nice bounce to the upside, as you can see, but we did see this major capitulation in March of 2022, of course. So yeah, these are good buying opportunities right now if you're looking to dollar cost average. I personally have enough tokens for now. If we drop down below $9, I could be looking at some entries into Cosmos, but other than that, I'm good to go. Thank you very much for watching this video. If I missed anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'm going to see you in the next update. Take care.